Hello there, guys. What is going on? I'm going to do a market outlook for week number 31. I haven't done one of this in a very long time, so this is why I'm going to start with the monthly chart. But bear with me, it's not going to take very long. Monthly, we are looking at the highs here, August 2022, March 2022, and then the all-time high, January 2022. For me, it looks as if we are just going up, and the going over to the daily, zooming in on this, we can see we are making higher highs here, and our lows are also higher than the previous lows. So it's higher highs and higher lows, trending all the way up. I think we're going to get to this January 2022 all-time record. What is stopping us here? And the reason I've looked at the daily chart is that we have this gap here. So are we going to come down here and fill the gap, or are we just going to go up? That is the question. Now, my second favorite chart is a 30-minute chart. And the reason it's my second favorite chart is because we can squeeze in like 2 weeks worth of weekly data. And then we can still see the whole weekly cycle, so we can see two cycles happening here. So what do I mean by a cycle? The best thing for you is to read this Substack blog post that I did, and then you can also do the lessons there. It's not even lessons, it's just something to read, and it would help you with some sort of bias. People struggles with which way should they trade and all that. So that lesson on I think it's 1, 2 and 3, you can just read that on the Substack post. Now, in a nutshell, this is what I do on a Tuesdays is where the week starts and the week ends. So we have Wednesday, ODR, all these terminologies, RDR and ODR and all that. It's best just to read that up on the Substack. So Wednesday's ODR, if it appears above the Tuesday, then I'm looking for longs for the entire week. Now, that having said that, on a Thursday, if things are coming down all the time, then Thursday is my turnaround, and that's the only day I'm going to trade against the all-time trend here, or the direction of my bias. So because we have the ODR above the RDR, I'm looking for longs. So we have a recent trend coming down, and then Thursday is where I will trade back long again, all the way back up to Tuesday again. So that is how I do it. Then we have this week's Tuesday, and we can see our ODR here appears again above the Tuesday. So I'm just looking for longs. So if we look at this here, prices goes all the way up to March 2022, and then Thursday it makes that turnaround, and you can see here the Tuesday RDR 2 weeks ago fits in perfectly here with what we are doing right here. Prices comes down, hits the midpoint of this year, and then it goes all the way back up again. So what am I going to do for the coming week? Now, the 5-minute chart, that is my favorite chart. And the reason for that is because this is where I pull the trigger. So again, here in a nutshell, what's going to happen for me is this is my Tuesday RDR, and the Wednesday ODR appeared above, so I'm looking for longs. Hits the Thursday, comes all the way down, because this is our Thursday like turnaround, and then I go back with my main direction again. Now this year is Friday. Yeah, so what am I going to do Monday and Tuesday? Because the week doesn't end here on Friday for me anymore. The week ends here on a Tuesday. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, this is just for you to see the RDR again here, how important those levels are. Constantly just hitting those levels again. You can see there, and you can see there. So it's turning around at these gray areas here. So the first step for me is to identify what the week is going to do. And I showed you I'm looking for longs because the ODR is above the RDR. So the Wednesday ODR is above the Tuesday's RDR. And then the pattern, the daily pattern, we can see here the DRs are forming one on top of the other. So I'm looking for longs. So this is my Friday. Yeah. So on Friday, that's what happened. And now what am I going to do on Monday? What am I looking for? Because I'm looking for longs, I'm looking for pullbacks on important levels. So I don't know which levels and things it's going to get to. It can get to any of these levels here, but I just draw them out across there, and say if prices are going to come all the way down and then up, it doesn't really matter. My bias is long, so I will be looking for long confirmations. And again, just look at the Substack and read on the lessons and stuff on how this works. It's quite a nice way to find out how bias works, and maybe it's something new, maybe it's a something you can throw in your toolbox that's going to work for you. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next one.